Hello and welcome to the history park of KRIMPEN aan de LEK. KRIMPEN aan de LEK is a tiny village next to Ridderkerk, located in the south of the Netherlands. It has 2 churches and a water tower. The history of KRIMPEN aan de LEK exists out of whale hunters and hemp growers. KRIMPEN aan de Lek's history became interesting in the beginning of the 14th century. This was because of the 2 major new industries, which were very important for the development of the village: hemp and flax. It benefited the population because they were grown in large sizes. In the 16th century, a stone industry producing river clay was added in addition to the fish, hemp and flax industry. The river the LEK influenced KRIMPEN aan de LEK in a lot of good and bad ways. So they benefited from the river via a thriving fish industry and the many clay it provided. In the 18th century, whales were hunted in the Spitsbergen and off the Canadian coast by the Krimpeners, which was quite dangerous at that time because of pirates along the way to the North Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. So the Krimpeners were quite tough. They caught 250 whales in the entire 18th century. The fat and the bacon was then converted into all kinds of products, from soap to lamp oil. All of this is a very long time ago. 2021. When the river got dirty in the beginning of the 21st century, the fish market disappeared because fish didn't swim in the lake anymore. The hemp and flax cultivation, as well as the whaling, has been such a long time ago that it's almost entirely forgotten. Only the clay industry is still active, although it's only a fragment of what it was before. Schools got closed down and people found more work outside the village. The village is slowly losing its culture and every generation cares a little bit less about KRIMPEN aan de LEK. They are building a lot of new buildings and the center is almost forced to expand for the people to stay happy. The only reason why it didn't happen is because the current township doesn't want it. But when the township will move to Den Haag, which is going to happen in a few years, this will change because of their industrial mentality. Children go to school outside the village and end up moving to nearby places like Ridderkerk and Rotterdam. Football fields already get moved to the Groene Hart, which is a big protected green area of KRIMPEN aan de LEK, in order to build skyscrapers. Building in the Groene Hart used to be illegal, but now that they have changed the criteria to buildings that embraces nature in their plans and executions, this is the beginning of the loss in awareness of needing peace and quietness. It gets more and more lost as it is being taken less seriously every day. If nobody does something, the entire Groene Hart will be filled with buildings that will meet the criteria of being built. 2051. In my vision, KRIMPEN aan de LEK is now completely urbanized. The Groene Hart has become the only peaceful and green place and is in danger of being destroyed because they want to build more and more offices and flats even though there is no place anymore. To combat this development, I designed History Park because it is a big protected green area in which the land belongs to the 2 green buildings that are standing there. One building is the Nieuw Cultuurhuis, in which you will be able to find all the history of KRIMPEN aan de LEK. A tiny museum. And it has a cafe inside of it where people can have a bite and relax. The plates, bowls and cups will be made out of river clay, bought by KRIMPEN aan de Lek's river clay industry in order to not let the river clay industry vanish as well. The building will have a green roof on which farmers can harvest their vegetables and fruits. On the roof is also a tower filled with solar panels for sun-generated energy. Inside the other building called the Hemp House, which is of course made out of hemp or so-called hempcrete, which is strong, lightweight, flame, water and pest resistant, naturally non-toxic and breathable. The building will be allowed to build there as it is a green building and the hemp is a biosustainable material. The building will be an open space that is open for rent where people can organize concerts, theater plays and other events as long as they contribute to the cultural value. The rest of the park will be mostly grass and trees. Also, there will be a small lake with 2 benches where people can sit and enjoy the peace. The core idea of the entire history park is that it is a part of KRIMPEN aan de LEK, which is a tribute to the history and culture of the village that is now protected and therefore timeless and unchangeable. A place where one can enjoy peace and quietness that will remain as the world outside gets over-urbanized. The reason I want to build History Park in the Groene Hart is because I want to set the tone for the concept of peace that other ones hopefully would follow.